In this video, I will compare v90 cards by price and speed. What really matters is the price per GB of the card that you are buying. Currently, I'm in kind of a trail of making videos about my a7 IV, and it's a fact that for a7 IV you need faster memory cards. So right off the bat, let me tell you the cheapest SD card that I've found. It's this one. Let me just go on Amazon, and it's for about 10,000 Indian rupees or around £100. And I would say that at least buy a 128 GB card at least, or if you're shooting professionally, I think you should go for 256. So the cheapest 128 GB I could find is the Kingston Canvas React Plus, and it has 300 Mbps read speed and 260 Mbps write speed. Going in the comments, I can see that someone has commented that the writing speed on this card is 250. So just keep in mind that the read and write speeds are going to be like 10-20 Mbps mostly down. So they do advertise that it is for 4K, 8K Ultra HD high speed shots without dropping frames, and I think this will be the slowest. Cheaper cards turn out to be of lower quality. This is the first time I heard about Kingston, and I just purely came across it because I was trying to find a cheaper SD card. The second one, Lexar Professional 2000X 128 GB. Now if someone is looking to buy a v90 card as a beginner and a 128 GB one, this is the card that I would recommend. I also have a Lexar Professional card, but it's a v60. Now they mentioned that the read speed is 300 Mbps, but they are not mentioning anywhere that I can see write speeds. I'm assuming it will be somewhere near that of the Kingston card. So for the Kingston card, I've checked out some reviews on YouTube, and it seems like there are some issues in the 256 GB model of that card for some people. My advice would be, if you are going to buy the Kingston card, because it makes sense, it's the cheapest one, as soon as you get it, test it out thoroughly to make sure it's not going to fail on the third or fourth try, so that you can return it in the return window if you like buy it from somewhere like Amazon. And if you're going to buy a 128 GB one, I would rather say that you go with a company like Lexar or ProGrade. So the Lexar Professional v90 card goes for around 15,000 rupees or £150. But now we have this card which was recently released at NAB. So this is the AV Pro CF Express Type A 1TB card by Angelbird, and it has read speeds around 820 Mbps and write speeds around 730 Mbps. And the price of this card is $499, around £500 or around 50,000 rupees in India. That means it's the most expensive one out of these three, but that also means that it is the best one out of these three. How? Let's break it down. So first we have the Kingston card at £100. For convenience, I'm going to use pound as the currency because the amount is going to be smaller. So for Kingston, it's going to be £100. Lexar, it's going to be £150. And for Angelbird, it's going to be around £500. But keep in mind that Kingston and Lexar are 128 GBs each, and Angelbird is 1 TB. So in the case of Kingston, 128 GB is £100. So 1 GB is 0.78 pounds. So if we take this price into consideration, calculate how much 1 TB is going to be. It's going to be 781.25 pounds, which is 280 pounds more expensive than Angelbird. In the case of Lexar, 128 GB is for £150, so 1 GB is going to be £1.17, and 1 TB is going to be £1,170. So you can quickly see that the price of Lexar is even more than double that of Angelbird. In the case of Angelbird, we already know the final amount for 1 TB. Let's just calculate how much 1 GB is going to be. Quick calculation, it's going to be £0.5. This card is almost double the speed of the other two cards that I mentioned. How can this card be that fast? That's because it's a CF Express card and not a normal SD card. All the CF Express cards are much more faster than normal SD cards. A typical example of a CF Express card would be the Sony Tough cards. They are very popular and used by all the filmmakers and YouTubers all around the world. Now, what does that increase in speed get you? Let's say, for example, using SD card on one camera and CF Express card on the other camera. Let's say you go for the Kingston one, and for comparison we have an Angel Bird card on the other side. So both of them will unlock all the features of your camera. The CF Express card is going to shoot photos more quicker than the SD card. What do I mean by that? You are in burst mode and you're clicking pictures. After a while, your camera needs some buffer time to go into burst mode again. Now if you're using an SD card, you can take anywhere from between 30 to 50 photos. But if you're using a CF Express Type A card in your camera, for example you have the a7 IV, then you will be able to take around 120 to 126 photos, and the buffer time is going to be 7 seconds. So earlier I wanted to buy the Kingston V90 card, but then I stopped myself as soon as I saw this card come out. I think that it's very important that you should invest in your professional gear very wisely. But the bad news is that this Angel Bird card is right now not available in India. Only the Western countries have it, and I think some countries in the East also have it, but not India right now. Obviously not in India, because nothing gets released here instantaneously, and when it will be released, it is going to experience a lot of markup. So I was looking at some of the Type B cards of Angel Bird that are available on Amazon, and they go for upwards of 80,000, so around 800 pounds. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be, I think, around 600 pounds, 60,000 rupees in India. That's a guess. That's a total guess. If this has already been released in your country, let me know down in the comments below how it is working, if you bought it and if you're planning to buy it. And I have a question for you before I go, and that question is, should you buy expensive gear in the beginning of your career, or should you save up and buy it down the line? That's it. Subscribe.